In today's video, we're going to be talking about a huge mistake candidates make when they interview. It's a common saying that a lot of candidates say, but it can actually have a huge negative effect on your candidacy. Let's go. So Ben, what is that saying, you might be asking yourself? Well, that saying is, I just needed a change. People say that and it's innocent enough, but it can actually be a huge harm to you. So when does this happen? This happens when people are asked the interview question, why are you looking for a new job, or why are you interested in this job? And people say that as like a precursor or the beginning of their answer. Well, I just needed a change. And they think, again, innocent enough, but let me explain to you why it's not good. Now, first, why? Like, why do people say it in the first place? Before we go into why it's not good, let's talk about why. And generally speaking, people know you don't want to be negative in an interview. You don't want to say, I hate my boss, I hate my team, my company culture sucks. You don't want to say any of those things. So what can you say that doesn't say that sounds okay? And a lot of people default to, well, it was time for a change. So now, why is it bad? Some of you are watching and go, yeah, Ben, you don't want to be negative. You agree, okay? And this does this. Why is it bad? And the reason it's bad is it sends two messages, and neither one of them are good for you. So the first message it sends is, I am hiding something that I don't want to talk about. So there is a real reason why I want to move, but I'm not going to tell you what that is. A lot of recruiters will think that. When you go, well, I just needed a change, they'll go, that's not right. Most people don't wake up and say, my job's going great, but I need a change. So they assume maybe you're not doing a good job, and maybe you don't get along with your boss because you've got a combative personality, or you don't get along with your team. There must be another reason. Now, the second message this sends that is not a good thing is that you're just changing to make a change. There's no vision, there's no purpose, there's no motivation. You're just the type of person who could be doing a job, it's going fine, nothing is going wrong, and you decided, yeah, I'll just leave. Nobody is inspired by that. Nobody wants to hire that, because if you will just leave this job you're at where there's nothing wrong, then you might leave their job when there is nothing wrong. People want to know that they're going to have an employee who stays there for the long term. When you give them the reason you're just looking to make a change for the sake of making a change, they immediately think this person could be a job hopper, or we can hire this person, and for no reason, after we invested in them, they will leave. And that is the second reason, and it's a powerful one, why you don't want to say this. Okay, so some of you probably are thinking, okay, yes, Ben, that all makes sense, but what should I say instead? What can I say besides I'm just looking for a change that isn't negative, puts me in a positive light, makes me look like a motivated candidate who is saying the right things? So here's what I want you to do. When you're asked this question, you want to respond with the 50-50 rule. Now, the 50-50 rule is a rule I've made up, and it basically states that anytime you are asked about why you're looking to leave or why are you interested in this job, your answer needs to be composed of 50% why you're looking to leave your current job, and it should be something positive, right? Something that you're not getting. Ideally, something you are getting at the next job, right? So there's a certain technology or exposure or growth that you aren't able to get at your current job, but the job description clearly states you will get it at this job, right? So 50% is you're interested in the new job as opposed to the current job you were doing, and the second 50% is because of your admiration or respect for the company you're going towards, or enthusiasm about the company. So 50% job, 50% company. Now I'm gonna give you an example. So this example is just to say you're a quality engineer, one of my favorite examples to go to. And they go, okay, Ben, why are you looking to leave your current job? And this is how you would answer. Well, that's a good question. And to be honest, I'm pretty happy at my current job. I like my team, and my boss and the company's great. However, in my current role, I have no supplier quality responsibility. And it's something I've done in previous roles that I found to be really exciting, motivating, and I just liked interacting with other companies and with our suppliers. It was really rewarding in previous careers. I've talked to my boss, and in this role, there is no way for me to have that type of responsibility. That's not gonna change. Your role, one of the top responsibilities, and one of the things that I saw in the job description, is it's heavy in supplier quality work, and that is so motivating to me. That's the type of work I really like doing. Additionally, I've just been really interested in your company for a while. I've been following along, and I really respect the way your company works, and I've read articles about the way you're moving and the technology, and just in general, I've always been a big fan of your organization. So for those two reasons, that's kind of why I'm looking. I think the job's gonna be great. I think it's right in line with what I wanna do, and I've just really admired your company for a long time. And that's a good example of how you ask that. Now, when I was talking about the company, it was a little wishy-washy because I wasn't talking about a specific organization. When you're talking about a specific organization, have examples of why you admire the company. But what I did there was I started off by talking about how I actually really enjoy my company. I'm the type of employee who doesn't have a contentious relationship. I'm happy, right? That's a good thing. People want to hire happy people. They don't want to hire people who are like, oh, my job's terrible, because they're afraid you're going to think their job is terrible and you might be a future problem. And nobody's signing up to trade a current problem, the opening, with a future problem, a disgruntled employee. So I started by laying the foundation of being happy with what I'm doing. I then moved to, there's something I really love doing that I used to do that I don't get in my current job, and there's no way I can move into it. There's no future possibility of me having this thing that I like. And then I finished by saying, your company has this based on the job description, so it would be part of my role, and I've really admired your company, and that's how I brought it home. So the next time you're in an interview and they ask you, why are you looking to leave? And you have the urge to say, I thought it was just time for change, do a little bit better. Do your research, come up with a good motivational reason as to what this job would offer you that your current job wouldn't, and then find ways to talk about why you like their company, why you specifically want to work there. If you can do these two things, you will nail that interview question, and you will absolutely have a much better answer than, well, it was just time for a change. Good luck in your next interview. You got this.